Machismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. I want to speak to you guys, empath chosen ones awakened. There may be a time or an event where you may cross paths or you may visually see who you have discovered and became aware of an individual or individuals who may be narcissists. Let's say on social media, a picture of some sort, you may run across them. Well, we just leave it in context of seeing them on social media in some shape or form another. I will speak about a situation whereas I think I spoke about it about a couple years ago, a year or so ago. I had became acquainted with a YouTube content creator who speaks on the subject of narcissistic personality disorder as well. Reached out to them, emailed them, and ironically, they reached back out to me. I was sort of surprised. I was new at this and everything, and they had at the time about 25,000, 30,000 subscribers. So I felt like them being as busy as they were, and me just being a guy that showed an interest in them on the surface, just to say, you know, hey, I like your channel. I think you are a nice lady. Let's chop it up. You're an empath, I am one too. I don't meet many empaths in common, either on here or outside of my home. Since being awakened, I mean, rarely, if any, have I met an empath who I believe wholeheartedly was an empath. I don't think I've met one face to face since I've been awake. And that's not being critical. It's just I just haven't been able to wholeheartedly receive that or detect that. But that doesn't mean people who I have met are all narcissists either. I just haven't felt an energy much like mine. So back to story. You may see pictures or their face that comes on social media, which is what I have discovered here or there as of late. I'm just trying to encourage you guys, once you see this, it may in fact trigger you. It may cause you to reminisce about the interaction in a rather negative way, but don't pay it no attention. Don't fall prey to that mentally. You just kindly and politely, there is a bar or there's an option where you can say not interested. And what that does is it will ensure that their feed will not come into your content. It won't come into the highway and byway of what you're doing. And that is a way to ensure that you don't even have to pay no never mind about these people. No grudge or anything, but we don't have them on our mind. We don't need to hear how good or bad they're doing. And the temptation to click on the topic of what they may have been talking about or what they are talking about, it will be there. It'll be there. That's just human nature. But resist it. Just resist it. If you're subscribed to somebody you know and you've indicated or you have a strong belief they are a narcissist, all that's going to do is debilitate your growth and your healing all the more, because their content, they will be a very hostile, angry, agenda-driven content creator. And there are a handful of them that I've discovered in my 4 years of doing this. Their anger will be undeniable, and it will be a specific type of an overt, aggressive hatefulness. And they will be spewing this overt anger and hostility to the masses, thereby triggering you in ways that you shouldn't be triggered, because it's not healing you. It is just making you believe or have the impression that their aggression and angriness and hostile and grouchiness is normal and the way they should be, or the way you should be. Not talking about having different emotions. We can have different emotions from time to time, but I'm talking about content creators that are driven on hostility. And this is often borderline personality disorder, to which I discovered this individual female was. I've never aired her name out. I've never aired her name because I won't give them that luxury of having that many more curious subscribers, because that can play in their favor. You starve them. You starve them from being known. You just keep them unknown. You keep them unknown. And if you guys are healing properly, or you're healing in a very beautiful way, some of these content creators, and this is not the badmouth one creator to another, this is just a fundamental fact that we must be able to determine. A lot of these people who are on here having a platform that has doesn't have empaths and chosen ones and people who are healing from this abuse on their mind. They don't have your interests at hand. They don't have your best interests at hand. They're attention grubbing, attention seeking, and they just want to vent their hostilities and their hurts in a malicious way. Not in a way where they're all about growth and empowering and encouraging other people to grow. They want you to have disdain, a deep disdain for the people that hurt you. We don't want to have disdain, not a deep disdain. The behavior that they demonstrated towards us, we can condone the hell out of that. But you must be able to, in a healthy way, separate that person from the behavior as a human being as well as you are a human being. They are human beings that we would rather have nothing to do with, but we don't have a deep disdain for them. Because what that does for us as human beings, that behavior drags us down, and it becomes us. I have a saying, don't become what you hate. Somebody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Don't become what you hate, because the more you become fixated on that anger and disdain and despising that person, if everything out of your mouth is driven, say about a family member who you no filter, you're just letting it all hang out, and you're just cutting through the chase and using this hostile approach to how bad they did you. You're essentially a wounded animal or a wounded human being with an agenda. I'd like to say we got a purpose. We don't have agendas here. We have a purpose. A purpose is to enlighten people and expose the narcissists. That may sound like the same thing, but the intention and the motives are drastically different. So I just really want to come back once more and just say to you guys, if you happen to cross someone who you've known from the past or you're acquainted with in some way, shape, or form, and you've discovered that they are narcissists, you can just kindly just disengage by pressing one of a set of options that have you to the point where you no longer have to deal with seeing that individual, or you don't have to deal with the content that's coming across the algorithms. And if you should see it, even after you unsubscribe or disregard it, whereas one of the settings or one of the options is not interested, and it says you won't see any more from this individual or this particular channel. If in fact it comes across your if it comes across your algorithms again, just politely and do the same thing. Don't fall prey to the curiosity. Don't allow your curiosity to be strong enough to want to hear their voice or anything they have to say. Don't re-trigger yourself. Just something I want to encourage you guys about. That being said, bless.